sure if devotees, last 1 minute they are writing, please continue. No, please continue. Don't have to stop. Please continue. We'll have a short kirtan. Nothing should start in Krishna consciousness without glorifying the Lord. Jaya Radha Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jaya Vallabha Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं नमामो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनि चिदामि नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावरण्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरवीशे नमः नमो ब्राह्मणे देवाय गो ब्राह्मणे हिताय च जगन्निताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमः जय श्री कृष्ण
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पति गोपेश गोपिका राधा कर्मस्तुते तप्त कांच गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी पुरुषोत्तमस्ते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये मूकं करोति वाचालं मम लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीसपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागररघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदां सागरललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। Hare Krishna. Of course, this topic is about time management, but in ISKCON premises, it's always connected with Krishna. Without Krishna, there is no time, right? And there shouldn't be a time when we are not thinking about Krishna, right? If Krishna is time, if we think about time, we have to think about Krishna. Yes or no? Yes. Because Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kalosmiham lokam shayakku. Time I am that devours the entire material creation. Right? He is the passing time. He is the passing time. So with every passing minute, if we don't think about Krishna, we are forgetting. Make sense? Yes? Then why call it quality time management? Could have just been said time management. Why call it quality time management? What's the secret in that? Okay, let's take it in a very, very simple manner. What does quality mean to you? Simple English. Sorry, does anybody not understand English? कोई ऐसे हैं जिनको English पता नहीं है? Everybody understands it? That's great. Then we'll continue in English. Great. Sure. What plain, simple dictionary mean? I'm asking. What does quality mean?
High standard.
Best.
Sorry?
Best.
High standard. Some standard.
High standard. Okay. 10th is a high standard. Is it quality education?
Is it best?
Is the best. Somebody is an MBA. Easy is the best. That is mean quality. MBA, nowadays there are colleges even in every other street. Is that quality? Right? When IIMs are there, now there is an ISB. Yes?
Something that satisfies standards.
Something that satisfies standards. Yes. For the thief, he has the standard of stealing. And for the owner, he has the standard of protection, which should be satisfied. Yes? Yes or no?
Efficiency. Efficiency.
Efficiency. Thief is efficient at stealing. And we are very efficient at protecting. We live in an apartment. We put a Godrej 7, 7 lever lock, and in front of that we put a grill door. Yes? And on top of that we put the glittery Sheetal lock. Yes or no? Then which standard? The thief's standard or the owner's standard? Yes? What is quality?
100%.
100% of what? Bihar, recently, just today, when results were announced, some kids got 38 out of 35. One kid got 40 marks out of 35. Another kid got marks in a subject he has never written. What is 100%? They have got 120, 130. And 100 by 0, it says infinity, infinite percentage as well. Now there is a problem. I'm not disputing whatever you're saying. I'm trying to please. The reason I'm pushing you is you're thinking more in terms of the way we define quality, right? I'm asking you to go away from quality. Think of simple terms. Do you go and buy vegetables? Right? What do you do when you're buying vegetables? Do you accept everything that the guy puts into the, balance? Do you accept everything? Or do you check some samples?
Check some.
Yes. Let's say you don't cook, you are working, right? You want to buy a pen. Do you just go and pick up any pen, or do you look at whether the pen is suitable for you or not? What are the checks you will do? Right? When we are looking at a pen, when we are looking at a food, right? What does quality mean? That's the next thing. So the agenda is, we define quality, we define time, we define even the word management, and how do we get them to work together. That's the agenda. Right? So let's go and look at quality. Quality means, the moment the question is quality of what? You need to have an object. You need to have something you're connected with for which you look at quality. It's not just ambiguous definition. There needs to be something connected for which you can measure. That could be life, right? That could be your food. That could be your work. Any other thoughts? Please come up with. Please make this session interactive. Any other thoughts? What others could you look at quality?
Sleep.
Absolutely, fantastic. Quality of sleep. Because if we don't sleep well, the next day whatever we are doing, we are morose. Yes? Great. Could we all put together a round of applause? Right. Any other thoughts, please?
Relationships.
Relationships. Haribo. Don't just clap, say Haribo. That way we are. No, clap and say Haribo. That way we are glorifying Krishna as well. Just clapping, it becomes noise. Clapping with Haribo, it becomes Kirtan. Yes? Wherever Harinam is there, it becomes Kirtan. Yes? We are glorifying Krishna. Why? Because Krishna has given the intelligence as Paramatma to say those things. Yes? Doesn't matter who speaks. Right? The permission is given by Lord Krishna. Whatever, however great the statement might be, the intelligence is given by Lord Krishna. Why? Lord Krishna says in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the 15th verse, Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishto mattah smrutir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvai ahameva vedyo vedanta krut veda vivevacha. I am seated in everyone's heart. From me come knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness. From me come knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness. For all the Vedas, I am to be known. And I am the knower of the Vedas as well. That's what Lord Krishna says. So, Lord Krishna is giving us the right medium, the right intelligence and permissions to be able to say that. Yes, for the effort, for being instruments in the hands of Lord Krishna, we are definitely clapping for them. At the same time, we have to glorify Krishna by making them instruments in his hands. Make sense? So from now on, our standard is whenever we clap, Hari. Thank you. Very simple standard. Great. Let's continue. Time for what?
For day-to-day activity.
For our life. We need time to live, right? Along with DOB, there is a DOD. Do or die. Correct? Date of birth, date of death. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
In between what happens? Sometimes we are rolling, sometimes we are crawling, sometimes we are falling. Yes?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
At the end, what happens? We celebrate every birthday of ours, but others celebrate our death day. Yes or no?
Yes.
What happens? Every year they perform a havan, they invite brahmanas, they feed them and they also eat. Who is celebrating? बुढ़ा मर गया, नरक पहुंचने से रोकने के लिए ये celebrate कर रहे हैं. Date of birth we celebrate for only probably 100 years, but our children end up celebrating for more than 100 years. What date of death? Yes or no?
Yes.
He has given me so much trouble. I've got it on it. Celebrate. Yes? Not exactly. Just to make this conversation a little bit hilarious, it's all about, people remembering, even after the person has left, to remember what they have given in life and how they have become a guide. Yes. If we are looking at parents in that respect, when Krishna is guiding us at every minute, every second, giving us the necessary intelligence to do what is right, how much should we remember? If you are remembering once a year, okay, somebody who has given us a 30, 40 year stability, for someone who is giving us life after life after life, how much should we start thinking about it? Right? Time for what? We need to give time for our life. What else comes? When it is hungry, we anyway give it. We don't have to think about it. Work, whether we like it or not. Yes? The other day, my kids were playing a song and I was stunned. What does it say? It says something like Kuni Monday. Some Kuni Monday song. They were looking on the Facebook and somebody sent it to him. Kun Chusega Kuni Monday, something like that. Some Kun Chusega Kuni Monday. Right? The Monday sucks. Why? You get out of bed after the Saturday and the Sunday if you are in the IT industry. In other industries, maybe only Sunday. And Monday morning you think, अरे यार आज थोड़ा एक सीरियल या कुछ डाल दे, लेकिन बॉस का याद आता है. Nah, I have to go to work. We don't feel like going to work, right? But you have to make time for work, right? Otherwise, what happens? End of the month, salary. How many Mondays can you take? You don't have 52 leaves, right? Yeah, 52 Mondays if you take off because it's a Kuni Monday, right? Kuni ho jayegi aapke tankha ka. Your salary gets killed, right? How many CLs an average organization gives? Probably 12, 15, right? How many additional medical leaves, etc.? Another 30, 35, right? After 50 leaves, there will be at least 2 days loss of pay. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So you have to make time for work too, whether you like it or not. Yes? Any others you can think of, please?
Like spirituality.
Spirituality? Yes, certainly. For those who want. Great. Yes, we need to, but that's for those who want. Yes, please. Sorry, you were saying.
Attending lectures.
Attending lectures. Fair enough. Those who are interested. Anything else? Exercise. Yes, of course. You need to keep your body healthy to serve Krishna. Fantastic. Exercise. Yes?
Enjoyment.
For enjoyment. What sort of an enjoyment? If you make time for pub at night. Huh? Subah grab uthegi. Yes? After the kick, there will be the vomit and then hangover. The pub becomes the grub. And we feel like a little shrub that can't stand. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah? Right or wrong?
Right.
Right. So what else? For earlier we said relationship. That's the most important thing. Don't forget. Do not forget. You need to make time for relationship. Relationship with whom? With our friends. With our family. With other devotees. And with Lord Krishna too. After all this, let's not forget the one who is giving us an opportunity to be in this body and have these relationships. We need to have a Lord Krishna too. Right. Now, when I talk about management, what is management? आदमी बुढ़ा बन गया तो बड़ा मैनेजर बन गया. The fellow has become grand old. Does it mean he is a great manager? That goes to show that Koteshwar Prabhu is eyeing for a management position in his company. Beware. Hare Krishna. Sorry. Just to make the conversation lively. Koteshwar Prabhu is a very sincere soul. He is the one who is my Margadharshaka Guru to ISKCON Whitefield. He picked up the ball and he gave me the direction to ISKCON Whitefield. Hari Bol. Yes, please. What does it mean? As a person ages, their experience increases, the maturity level increases. So management means doing everything in a qualitative manner and in a timely manner, in a mature way. How does maturity come? If I start with something, I don't do it very well. Yes? First time, let's say I want to prepare some sambar, right? By the way, I have to give a little anecdote. We lived in a huge joint family all my life. So I never had to walk into the kitchen because there were at least 15 ladies in the house. And I was the first child in the generation. After a long time, right? And born to the youngest member of the family. Imagine, I was a pampered kid. If I wanted a doll, my uncle, in those days my maternal uncle, was a district collector. Okay? I used to go in the jeep, I would point at the doll in the shop, a check goes from here and the doll comes with the jeep. Right? That's the way, right, Roy? So where was the need for me to enter into the kitchen? Right? I got married, we moved to Australia, right? And my wife Sudharadhika Devi Dasi was sleeping happily. I was hungry late at night, but late at night, drink milk. I said, okay, why should I disturb her? She's sleeping very, very well. Let me go and boil some milk for myself. Fantastic. I see her every day. What's the big deal? Turn on the stove, put on this thing, right? And, pour the milk, light the gas, and it keeps boiling. Wait there and keep watching. So I was standing there, happily watching, saying that, milk boil. Something was burning. जलने की बदबू आने लगी. अरे यार कुछ चल रहा है. कहाँ चल रहा है? इधर देख रहा था, उधर देख रहा था. तो गर्मा गर्म लगने लगी पेट में. Something was very, very hot on my tummy. I looked up. It was my vest that was catching fire. What did I do? I lit the fire and I was standing so close, the vest caught fire instead of the milk. And it was coming up and I wasn't realizing. I was a young guy then, hardly 26. So I used all my strength and ripped open my vest and threw it into two pieces like Bhima ripped apart Jarasandha. Yes? Luckily Krishna had to tell Bhima to throw it the other way. I didn't have to. I threw it both the sides and picked up some bowls of water and poured and started screaming, hey, come over, Sudha, come over. Right? With that sort of a person, imagine he goes and prepares some sambar. The first time, how do you think it works out? How do you think it works out? Horrible, right? He'll probably think, oh, how could I do such a bad thing? He goes on, then he goes to Google Mata. Yes, nowadays Google Mata gives all recipes. Yes or no? Yeah? Veda Mata has given the Krishna recipe, Google Mata gives all recipes. Yes? So Google Mata, he goes and searches, then he gets the sambar recipe. He says, no, I want to offer to Krishna, I don't want to use MTR powder. I want to make my own sambar powder. Yes? He next time tries making his own sambar powder and it turns out even further horrible. Yes? This time, there he used the MTR for the first time. He said, no, I won't use the MTR, I prepare my own sambar powder. He prepares. That goes worse. He says, no, it's not working. Let me do one thing. Let me get it right with MTR first. Then I'll make a sambar powder and make it better. And after 15 or 20 attempts like that, what happens? He learns how to make sambar. What is he doing? He's planning, he's doing things. He's checking whether it is good or bad, right? If it is bad, he's correcting and he's acting. This is what, in quality terms, is called a Deming cycle. Plan, do, check, and act. What is it called? Plan, do, check, and act. It's the Deming cycle. That brings maturity, and that is the management. Always doing it in a planned manner. What you have planned, doing it again, doing it, and after doing it, checking whether you have done it right, and making any correction and repeating it. So it's a plan, do, check, and act. It's a cycle. Yeah, a repetitive process. That maturity is management. So what should we manage again? The next question. What should we bring maturity to? What could be the things that we would love to? Please share your opinions.
Decisions.
To decisions, life's decisions, fantastic. Any others, please?
Experience.
How do we manage experience?
No.
If you manage your CV, you'll be caught out in the interview. Yes or no?
Management.
We can't manage our experience. We only improve our behavior based on experience. Yes? If I write my CV for a job without the reality, the person on the other side knows how to catch me. Yes or no? Yes? So what else could it be? Life, relationships, fine. Well, should we manage only quality or time or both? What do you think? Just quality, just time, or both? How do we manage both? That's what this slide is trying to tell us, ladies and gentlemen. Right? If you look at it, if you take an equilateral triangle, right? What's an equilateral triangle? All sides are equal. You have life, you have work, right? And you have time. Why do I have time at the base? We are trying to balance, right? Our life and work, we are trying to balance. That's why we have huge seminars on work-life balance at work, isn't it? How many people are working here? A fair few. Yes? Many of you would have heard this term, work-life balance, right? That's supposed to bring quality. Work-life balance is all about balancing the time between your work and your life, right? If it is done properly, you see quality, it's complete. You see quality is an intrinsic circle. So let's do a little exercise out here, which I'll do for you right in front of your eyes. Now, is it showing there? Great. If I increase my work, what is happening?
Quality of life is getting
My life might be increasing, right? But my quality is lost. Quality is lost, not even decreasing. Yes? And you see, as I decrease my work, right? Again, life seems to be decreasing. What does this mean? Does it mean that our lifespan increases with work? Our lifespan decreases with work. What does it mean?
Time reference is always the same.
Right?
Time reference is always the same.
Okay? Time difference is always the same.
Time reference.
Time reference is always the same. No, what this means actually is, if you want to do more on the material platform, you invest more time. You have to invest more and more time. If I need higher promotions, I have to spend more time at work. More of my life goes into work, right? If I want to spend a lot of effort for my family, my time at work will reduce. Anything in this material world is mutually exclusive, right? If I spend more time at work, I can't give time to my family. If I spend more time with my family, I can't give enough time to work, right? That's why in management parlance, they talk about smart objectives. Yeah? What are smart objectives? Be specific, be measurable, right? What else? What is A? Accountable. R. Repeatable. R for repeatable. And T for time bound or target oriented. The moment you say time bound, it is target oriented. Let's be realistic. मैं जो कहता हूँ वो करके दिखा. Yes or no? Yeah, right. So when to accomplish something at work, we need to be very, very specific, right? We should be able to measure it. Must be able to account for it. We need to be able to repeat it and do it in a timely manner, right? If that be the case, imagine how much more should we do for our life. Why? Why? How many hours do you spend at work on an average?
9 to 10 compulsory.
How much time? 9 hours compulsory. Let's assume in IT industry 9 could be 19. Yes, let's be honest. But let's stick to the baseline, right? 9 hours at work. And Bangalore traffic, courtesy Bangalore traffic, कृपा करके कृपालु Bangalore traffic की आशीर्वाद से, how far will we be? How long will we be away from the family? Another 3 hours. So 9 plus 3, minimum 12 hours. Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah? Whether you are from the family or with your devotee friends with whom you are staying, doesn't matter. You know, ISKCON is a family. Right? So devotees with whom you are staying are also family. When I mean family, it's not, blood relationship, it's even the spiritual relationship. Yes? 12 hours. Right? What is the average time you thought when you said, there was a question, how much time do you sleep? What's the average time? 6 to 7 hours. Right? Let's take the lower round. 6 hours. Right? 12 plus 6? 18. Right? Apart from that, morning shower, evening shower. Right? 1 hour. Right? घर आने के बाद थोड़ा प्रसाद पाने के समय आधा घंटा निकल गया. 18 plus 2.5. Right? 20.5 hours. What is left in the 24 hours day? 24 hours, and we have got rid of 20.5. We are left with 3.5. Yes or no? In 3.5, we come home and how many times don't we say before we go for a shower, let me take a small break? Yes or no? Couch potato बनने के लिए आधा घंटा तो चाहिए. You have to be a little pumpkin on the couch. Yes or no? Half an hour rest is required after coming from outside. So 21 hours gone. How many hours left?
3 hours.
Do we spend all 3 hours qualitatively with the family? No. Why? WhatsApp है, Facebook है, Gmail है, Yahoo. Right? WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail, Yahoo, Twitter. Yes? Come second, 12 minutes each. Right? 5 12s, 60. 1 hour. Time lost. How many? Where are we now? 22. What are we left? Do we spend 2 hours every day with our friends and family, ladies and gentlemen, consistently? Does anybody confidently here can lift their hand saying that they spend 2 hours with the family every day after all this? With friends? Why? Simple calculation tells us we have 2 hours. Why are we not able to do it? Right? That's what we will talk about in our quality time management. What is this? What is the gentleman doing?
Cutting the rope.
Is he tying the rope or cutting the rope?
Cutting the rope.
How many people think he's tying the rope? How many people think he's cutting the rope? Tying the rope. Tying the rope. Right. Cutting the rope. Oh boy, quite a few. Right. We don't know. Because I lifted that picture from the internet. I don't know. See what happens? We make assumptions about the situations. We make assumptions about the situations. Because we make assumptions, those assumptions don't necessarily become true. What happens? We tend to say this won't work and not do it. Because our assumptions are never systematic. They are more emotion based. When we looked at the picture, there was a context of thought in our mind, and we applied the context and we worked with the assumption that must be true. Right? Nobody here asked me a question. Well, you presented the picture there. That photo you lifted from somewhere. You tell us what the context is. Why are you asking us the context? That question could have been asked, right? Maybe I'll be not the way I said. Prabhu, you took the picture. You should know. Could you please explain? Right? You could have said that. Did any of us choose that option? No. Because why? We have a thought process. I can answer it. I can find the solution to the problem. Right? This is what the ego platform lets us think. I can do it. I have the answer. I can do it. I will do it. Right? If anybody can, I can. Right? That's the mood it brings to. Why? These three ropes I've picked up, ladies and gentlemen, to present what the three modes of nature do to us. What the three modes of nature do to us. What are the three modes of nature? The material nature, what are the three modes?
Goodness, passion, and
Goodness, passion, and ignorance. What do? They bind us. I'll explain this little thing. How do they bind us? Right? How many, before I forget, how many of you are married here with kids? Married with kids, one. Married? Okay, great. Couples here? Oh, great. If you don't mind, I'll pick you and ask you the question. Alright? Have you ever had an experience where you both of you work? Yeah? You came home and in a frustrated mood you had some sort of a, little misunderstanding? Yes? I'm not expecting examples, I'm just asking. You had, right? What is happening? We have some frustration at work. We carry the baggage home, right? And the next thing, we take it on each other, right? And what gets hurt? Mutual faith. Yes or no? Yeah? Faith in each other that has been lasting till then gets hurt like hell. Yes? Right? Okay. To the young youth who are living with friends, right? How many times have you come to your room or your apartment and somebody asks you, right? Arey thoda subah jo pakaya wo dal jala de, and you say, "Tu kya kar raha?" Does it happen or not? Yes or no? It happened to me when I was a bachelor. Yes. Between a husband and a wife, at least it will end up with words. Between friends, it ends up with blows. Yes or no? Yes. So please understand, these three modes, whether it is goodness, passion, or ignorance, they don't act in one way. They act in many ways. That's why it's like your red, green, and blue, the RGB. 3 times 3 times 3, 27. Times 3, 81. Times 3, 243. Times 3, if I take this piece of handkerchief, right, this has all, if you see this handkerchief, right, this has all these threads running in all directions. If I tie this around my wrist and ask you which thread is running which direction, can we say that? Right?
No.
One day in the same situation, we'll say, we'll come home or come to the room and say, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll take care of it, don't worry." Another day, we'll turn around and say, "Tu kya kar raha?" Yes? We can't be completely in mode of goodness. We can't be completely in mode of passion. We can't be completely in the mode of ignorance. We are hovering between all those three. And what is happening? They bind us at different times.
Guruji, can you explain how does the mode of goodness bind us?
Well, let's say I'm someone who loves to conduct, eye donation camps, right? An elderly gentleman who has just left the body, he donates his eyes, I pick up his eyes and I get it. There is a thief who has lost his eyes because when he last tried to steal, people chased him and the fellow tried to jump over a fence and that had this pokey wire and he fell onto it and lost his eyes. And since then he stopped robbing and people were happy. He is at least begging. Now what? I am very compassionate. I pick up this beggar off the road, get him, I get this old man's eyes. I get the old man's eyes implanted. Have I done anything wrong? It's in the mode of goodness. A poor beggar, blind beggar, coming, there are eyes there, I'm getting it, surgery done. This guy wakes up, gets ready. Now he has got wonderful eyes. I also tell him, look, would you like specs or would you like, your contact lenses? He says, contact lenses, of course. And I give him contact lenses too. Now he can see at night much better than the old man used to see. What does he do next? Purani aadat chutegi. The old habit dies hard. What does he do? Next, he does a recce, finds out a good house, goes and robs and steals from there. Right? What happens? Who do you think the owner will curse next? Okay? We were all happy when this fellow was a blind fellow. Who is that idiot who has given him these two eyes? May that fellow be ruined. Right? What I have done is with a great good intent in Sattva Guna, right? But the phala need not be completely in Sattva Guna. Yes? So even the phala from Sattva Guna, even if I have given the good eyesight, that is binding because I have done something out of the way. Next lifetime, even if he doesn't rob, right? The next lifetime he needs to be born and I need to be born and he has to give me back. For every credit, there is a debit. But in the previous case that I have explained, I have a positive credit and a debit as well. Right? Now I have to pick up from the robber and repay the loser. Do you see how complicated my balance sheet of karma has become? Yes or no? Yes? So therefore, we need to be cautious and get over these three modes of material nature. How do we get over? Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. Daili Hesha Brahmayi Mama Maya Durantyaya Mam Yeva Ye Prapadyante Mayam Yetam Tarantite. This material energy, which is made up of the three modes of material nature, that is mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, is very difficult to surpass or surmount. Right? But the one who surrenders unto me, right? Mam Yeva Ye Prapadyante, but one who surrenders unto me, Mayam Yetam Tarantite. He will even cross over the influence of Maya. Right? Correct? Fantastic. But to get over the influence of Maya, we need to be in the Sharanam of Krishna. Yes? He says surrender unto me. Surrender means Sharanam. Right? Where do we surrender to Krishna? To his hands or legs? Or his face or mouth or ears? To his feet. To Charanam. Sharanam at the Charanam. And what then happens to our material misery? What happens to the material misery? Haranam. He is Hari who steals. Right? Haranam happens. You see that? If we go to the Charanam for Charanam, yes, the material miseries, Haranam happens. Otherwise, what happens? Maranam. Yes, otherwise what happens? Maranam. But in all these words, what is common? Ranam. Fight. Maranam means I can't no longer fight. Maranam. No no strength to fight in this body, I'll give up. Right? Charanam means I'm going there to fight, but not alone. Under the control of Lord Krishna. Charanam. You see, with Lord Krishna's mercy, under his shelter, under his thing, I am fighting with Mayadevi. Because Mayadevi is supreme powerful. I can't fight alone. But he is the cause of Mayadevi. Therefore, what am I doing? I am going under his control. If I want the Prime Minister's secretary to do some work for me, if I know Prime Minister Narendra Modi, will the secretary and the PMO do the work or not? Yes? Similarly, if I am under the shelter of Lord Krishna, Mayadevi automatically does the thing. Right? But being under the shelter of Krishna means what? What should we do? If we don't do, this is what happens. What is that? Can you, is it in the display mode? I mean, as in slideshow mode or not? Yeah? Okay. Is it in the slideshow mode now?
Yes.
What is that? You know, it's a copperhead snake. Right? Its head has been chopped by somebody. Right? And its body was wiggling. Right? All it knew instantly was that something was around it and it bites it. Its own body. Right? Recently what happened in Arizona, you know, in the backyard, a sniper had come through, a green sniper, very poisonous venomous sniper, and the lady who was gardening called her husband and he came out and she said, there is a sniper out there. What did he do? He chopped off its head. Right? And then he said, it's dead, let me pick it up and throw. And he went up. That sniper bit him so much that he had to be put in the ICU. Please remember, any snake when killed, any reptile poisonous when killed, up to 6 to 8 hours, it carries its life. It is not immediately dead. Right? It's not immediately dead. You know why are people in the villages kill a snake with multiple sticks and multiple times? Because it doesn't immediately die. A snake, even if you chop off. Similarly, what happens? Why do we suffer in this material world? As long as our senses is what we are pleasing to. Our senses are poisonous snakes. Please remember that. Right? What happens? There is a Mahanati poster out there. You are chanting. Right? The Savitri film. You are chanting, sitting in the bus. The Mahanati poster comes up. Your eyes turn. What is happening? The senses are taking you away from Krishna. Right? Or if you are from Tamil Nadu, you are chanting. You see the Kala poster there. Mala bhul jayenge Kala ko dekhkar. Yes? Mala bhul jayenge Kala ko dekhne se. Rajnikant hai. Right? Avara patta vere edu paaka vididi. Bhagavan kuda mandar. I'll forget, once I have seen Rajnikant, I'll forget Krishna. And Krishna Kanta. Srimati Radharani. Yes or no? Yes? The eyes themselves, they take your mind away. Right? Think about the other senses. The sense of touch. Right? The sense of taste. There is a wonderful smell of gulab jamun being fried as you're walking to the work in the food court. Mind tells you offer and eat. But the smell tells you, eat now, eat now, eat now. Yes or no? Yes? Even our sense of smell, each sense is very, very dangerous. Even when we go under the shelter of Krishna and we engage in the service of Krishna, because the poison of years and years of enjoyment is within us, right? We are trying to chop its head off. What does it do? It bites back. It bites back again and again and again. Right? Why does that happen? Despite us trying, why does that happen? Here is a little diagram that shows KLM, right? And KL, ML and K. Both arrows are going upwards. Right? Letters of the alphabet. What could they stand for? Just think over. There's no harm done. Please.
Krishna, Leela and Maya.
There are 3 steps, right? We are climbing in both places. Yes? Both are ascending steps. Both were climbing. Okay, I'll take K for Krishna, M for Maya. What is L?
Leela.
Lakshmi.
Leela.
Krishna, Lakshmi, Maya. Right? If you forget Krishna and jump over to Lakshmi,
Krishna, Leela.
no. If you forget Krishna and jump over to Lakshmi Devi, what happens? You're so engrossed in earning it, you'll get into Maya. Yes or no? If we forget Krishna and run after Lakshmi Devi, we become Ravana. Yes? Right? But if we realize what is Maya, who is Lakshmi Devi, and run after Krishna, Maya and Lakshmi Devi will follow. Yes? Maya Devi will follow us like Yoga Maya. Lakshmi Devi will come so that we can serve Krishna with her. Right? Why? If suppose, right, my wife comes and invites you to my house, madam, and Prabhuji is not invited. Would you be very happy? Would you go there? Would you go there? No. Yes? Let's say I come and say, you please come, don't bring your wife. Will you be comfortable with that? So, if we invite Mother Lakshmi without Lord Narayana, she won't come. Yes? Similarly, if we invite Lord Narayana and forget Mother Lakshmi, he won't accept that too. That's why we have to look at Radha and Krishna together. That's why Srila Prabhupada gives us the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, where Hare means of Hari, belonging to Hari, and Krishna, the original Hari. So, we transcend Maya by being in that Sharanam of Mother Lakshmi or Mother Radharani, and then serving Lord Krishna. Right? But we have to do it effectively. Right? The problem is that we are running after Lakshmi first for Maya purpose. We are aiming at Maya and running after Lakshmi. We should aim at Krishna and run for Lakshmi Devi. You see the difference here? Here my goal is Maya, so I am running after Lakshmi Devi. I am stepping over Krishna. Krishna is becoming minimalistic. Here my aim is Krishna. I am trying to jump over Maya and run after Lakshmi Devi to get Krishna. Make sense? Yes? Right. So, how do we effectively utilize? That's the crux of this situation. I didn't say anything too different from what we all discussed, isn't it? Sleep, 6 to 7 hours. Work, 10 to 12 hours. Maximum time spent, about 22 hours. Right? The 2 hours we have left with, all that we need to do is spend for Krishna. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Imagine if you are living with friends in a house, or if you are living as a family, if you keep Krishna at the center, right? And your family life or your regular life is running, what does that become daily? Daily it becomes a Radha Yatra. Yes or no? Is it a Radha Yatra or not? Why? Whenever there is a Radha Yatra, we keep Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Mani in the center and we draw the cart. Yes? At the moment we come back, if we start talking, Bhagwan ke liye maine phool laya. Right? Oh, I've got some sabji because you said, so that you can cook for the Lord. When the discussion becomes for the Lord, right? By the Lord and of the Lord, it's democratically belonging to the Lord. Right? For the Lord, by the Lord and of the Lord. Yes? Because the products that we are buying are given by the Lord. We are buying them for the Lord. And what we cook is offered to the Lord, it's of the Lord. What we get is prasadam. Yes or no? Once you have offered bhoga, what you are getting back is prasadam of the Lord. Yes? For the Lord, by the Lord and of the Lord. Very democratic approach by Lord Krishna. Yes? Highly democratic approach by Lord Krishna. So the most important thing here, in the 2 hours, right? In the 2 hours there, please remember Krishna, not alone, with your partner. Right? If we try and do alone, just as we said, Maya keeps attacking. Maya keeps attacking. Right? If you are a husband and a wife, this is where I want to bring in the practicality part of the story. I've got it this far. If you are a husband and a wife, please make sure you are chanting few malas a day together. Few malas a day together. Why? It helps your relationship in such a way because your focus is centered around Krishna at the start of the day. Right? If you are living with some friends who are practicing Krishna consciousness, collectively together, chant a few rounds a day. Right? Now, how many of you are chanting every day? Great, Haribo. Almost all of you are chanting. How many malas on an average? Sorry? All are chanting 16? Give some numbers, please. There is no harm. There is nothing insulting. I too started with one mala. It was 0 mala, then it became 1. 1 is better than a 0, then it became 2, then it became 4, then it became 8, then it became 16. It's a progression. It's a geometric progression with Krishna, though there is no arithmetic progression. He attracts you. Only 0 to 1 is geometric. After 1, from 2 it is arithmetic. From 0 to 2 is a little bit arithmetic. After that, it's geometric progression. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 में आ गया तो सोच लेते अरे वही मैं बड़ा बन गया. तब जाकर 8, 4, 2, 1, 0. Right? The moment the thought comes, I'm a big guy, I'm a great guy, Krishna can rewind. Hanuman period is over. Home loan interest, percentage locking is over. The variable interest kicks in. Right? After some chanting, Krishna gives us tests. Right? Why? The honeymoon period, the home loan interest, fixed home loan interest, 8.5% is over. Whatever RBI hike is now, that comes in, in the home loan. Now, you have planned for 8.5 for eternity. Krishna has shown you the taste of 8.5, he makes it 9. Then things start happening. So how do we get over this? How do we get over this interest deficit in us because time has lapsed? Right? Remember, what did we say in the beginning? Deming cycle. What was that Deming cycle? Plan, do, check, act. Well, whenever I get into the bathroom and sing, I feel of myself like S.P. Balasubramanian. So, however many times I plan, sing and check, I feel of myself only as S.P. Balasubramanian. But somebody else has to say, no, you are the donkey singer Srivastava Mailas. Yes? Right? To me, to my ears, it looks like, I feel like S.P. Balasubramanian. In front of the mirror, even without the hair, I feel like combing my hair. Right? It's a reality. Meri chehra, mujhe acha dikhega. Right? I feel I am the most handsome on the face of the earth, forgetting Krishna when I stand in front of the mirror. And when I get into the bathroom, I think I am the greatest Gandharva ever to be born. Right? It's a natural human tendency. There is nothing wrong with that. But the reality, what is it? That means plan to check out. We need the other people to help us too. Please remember this. Right? If we want to be steady in Krishna consciousness, we should be ready for others to be able to help us by measuring us too. It is in a family, it's the husband and wife, it's with friends. Please, you will have close friends. Have faith in each other. And start reminding each other. Yes? Hey, have you done your malas today? Just a friendly reminder. Oh, no, I've just done 12. Oh, you have got 4? Let me pick up what you need to do. You chant your malas. Right? Yes? And if you are husband and wife with a kid, how should you handle it? Right? Very, very simple. The husband and the wife should share the load of the kid. Why? The mother, after taking care of the kid, preparing everything and doing everything, by the night she would be tired. Right? The father would also be tired. But one night, the father needs to stay awake taking care of the kid. Right? So that the mother gets the rest. The next day, the mother could take care of the kid while the father gets the sufficient rest. Right? These are practical aspects of agreement. Right? Let's say our friend is sick when we are living together. Right? He wants to chant, but he can't get up, sit, and move the mala. How can we help him? We don't chant for him. We move the mala for him while he chants. He can chant, but he can't move the mala. Right? We never do on their behalf. We encourage them to do it themselves, but we support them in what they are doing. Alright? To give you a little thing, when our second kid was born, my wife was having a lot of challenges, taking care of both the kids, right? And also chanting. We were initiated devotees, she had to chant her 16 rounds. You know what I used to do? We both used to chant together. She would cook while we were chanting together. We both chant in sync. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I move the beat. We both used to chant together the 16 rounds. Right? And the way we used to do it, 8 malas together in the morning, lunchtime, 4 malas together over 4. Right? 4 malas together over the mobile phone. Right? And in the evening, another 4 malas together. And the 2 kids we took care of. One night I used to sleep, I used to stay awake and take care of the second kid. The first kid, because the second kid still a baby, needed to be taken care of by the mother. And one night she used to take care. Right? Yes, as the kids were growing, the kids were becoming, she had a lot more work to do. She was getting tired. I used to put the kids to bed and I used to teach them Krishna stories. Entire Krishna book covered as stories, starting from his birth till his appearance, till his leaving this earthly planet. Right? So, as husband and wife, we need to do those. And let me tell you, we are living in India, right? And we are taught as men not to do any household chores. Yes, in the West, my dear Prabhujis, Matajis, ladies and gentlemen, whichever you want me to call you, right? Both of us had to clean toilets. Because in the West, you don't get chaprasis who clean toilets like you get in India, right? So, even now, with the life embracing us into pace, right? It's madness. There's a rat race out there. If we don't want to participate, even if we don't want to participate, we are being sucked into it. How do we do that? Please remember, we share the load. We work together, right? If we want to win over Maya, right? It's not enough if we have the desire. It's not enough if we are willing to surrender. It's not enough if we have the commitment. What is required is the association of another devotee. That's why Srila Prabhupada says, Bhakti is the cause of bhakti. If both people, 2 friends living together, when I mean living together, I don't mean Western living, right? I'm talking about youngsters like you, right? Staying in a house together, wanting to practice Krishna consciousness, right? Have a congregational chanting, right? What is congregational chanting called? What is congregational chanting called?
Sankirtan.
Sankirtan. What's the difference between Kirtan and Sankirtan? Kirtan is done singularly. Sankirtan in coordination. Right? One father once called his 5 sons who were fighting like hell when he was in deathbed. Right? Those 5 sons came. he gave them a completely tied up rope, something like this, completely bound rope, right? And he asked them, each one of them, to try and break the rope, right? They were not successful. Then he asked all 5 of them to together do it. And what happened? They could completely cut the rope. Yes, similarly, if we want to get over the roots of Maya, the 3 modes of material nature, what we need is, ladies and gentlemen, ultimately, what we need is eventually, we have to be together. We have to work together and effectively plan. Please remember a couple of things. Remember this, time management you have to do in the morning, afternoon and evening. I'll give you a very, very practical approach to this, irrespective of whether you are a Gruhastha or a Brahmachari, right? Make it a point you are chanting minimum 8 to 12 rounds in the morning. 8 to 12 rounds in the morning, right? Next, afternoon during lunchtime, if you have a 1 hour break, right? Make it a point that you are chanting at least 2 to 4 rounds. After coming in the evening, the balance of the rounds, right? Even if your mind tells you read Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavatam, please make sure you have completed your rounds before you jump onto that. Right? Why? Chanting gives you the potency first to approach Krishna. Please remember these. Right? So if you do that, let's do the reversal and finish in a minute. 6 to 7 hours sleep. Let's say we are sleeping, coming from work, let's be realistic. We won't do 9 to 2 or 10 to 3. There is no Brahma Muhurta time scale necessarily that may happen. Right? Probably some of you finish your shift at 9 o'clock. Somebody finishing shift at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock. How many of you are in afternoon shift? Right. What is that afternoon shift starting from? Sorry? 2 to 11:30. In your case, Prabhu, you better make it a point you chant all 16 rounds. Right? Fine. How many people are here in the US hours? Like 5 to 1 or 9 to 6. Nobody. Lucky you. Haribo. I'm happy for all of you. Haribo. So the rest of you are in the day shift. Right? Average, you will have to get to work between 9 and 10. Right? Is 9:30 a reasonable parameter to say for everybody?
Yes.
That you have to get to work by 9:30? Right? And you come home by about 8:30. Yes? Reasonable? 9:30 you reach work. Yes, come home at 8:30, which means you are leaving home at 8 o'clock. Right? 8 to 8:30, 12 and a half hours we have taken it away. The way we have to plan is, right, 8:30 if we come home and have prasadam, we need at least 2 hours before we eat the sack. Otherwise, mota ban jayenge. Right? So, we sleep by 11 o'clock. Right? 6 hours sleep. Make it 5 o'clock. Right? Do a Ghruta Snan. Ghee Snan. Right? At 5 o'clock. Right? 6, start chanting. Right? Chant for 1 hour. Right? 7 to 8. Prepare whatever you have to prepare. Get ready. You leave for work. Right? At work, because you're anyway spending 9 hours. 1 hour lunch break you will be entitled to. Plan it in such a way that you chant at least 4 rounds. Right? And while coming back, chant 4 rounds. And because you're coming late in the night, if you're coming by the BMTC bus at 8:30, there should be enough seats for you to chant, sit and chant peacefully. Right? Don't chant away Vishnu. No. Why? We finish the rounds, we come home and we are irritated because we are tired and we pick up a quarrel with the family members. Instead, use the bus for a power nap. 20 minutes, good power nap. Right? If your bus journey is 45 minutes, here is the way you can chant 2 rounds. Make it a point, if you are tired, to have a 20 minutes power nap first. Get up. 5 minutes, ensure your mind is clear. Right? 25 minutes of your 40 minutes travel is over. You are still left with 15 minutes. Chant 2 malas. You're physically energized and you're also emotionally energized. You get rid of the garbage that you have been carrying by the time you come home. What happens? Once your mind is fresh, you know, instead of why has it happened, the question would be, how has it happened? We look for the solution rather than for the person who has done it or the thing. Yes. Simple. In life equation, however tired we are, keep connected with Krishna. After resting, power naps are very, very important. If you are feeling tired post lunch, in your lunchtime, make it a point you reduce the rounds and take a 20 minutes power nap. Right? Why? Then in the evening you will feel fresher. You can catch up. But please take the power nap. Because chanting for the sake of chanting, quantity is important, but without quality doesn't help you. So please balance your quantity and quality. I've given you various ways of doing things. Please look at them. Now there is a second questionnaire that will be coming to you. Please look at that and see. There is a second questionnaire that will be passed out to you. Please see whether, you know, you can answer some of the questions there in the positive. Hare Krishna. Please, it will take just a few minutes again. Don't spend too much time thinking about the answers. Go with your gut feel on this. On this, go with your gut feel again the second. Again, it has only 5 questions. Not the feedback form, the one at the top. Please look at the one at the top. The one at the top, it has just got 5 questions. Please be brief and answer. Why do you have planning Prasad? That's all. Along with Prasad, we can have questions. Sure. During that, we can do it. Once they have answered the questions, let's see whether they have found it. Right? Just 2 minutes of that, and then they will give feedback. Hare Krishna. Would you all need some more time to answer? Yeah, please go. Yes. The questions on the feedback form, you please look at them later. Please answer only the post-session question. Sure. On the post-session questionnaire, how many of you have got anything that could possibly help you? Has anybody found anything that could possibly help you? Okay, you found it. Okay. Anybody else? Have you found anything that could be useful for you? Something new?
Some ideas how to manage time properly.
Okay. All right. Which ideas, please?
Just like you told, you can chat while traveling. We didn't think about it. we got an insight about that. We can
Alright.
also chant, but sometimes while traveling, the mind is boggling around so many things we are seeing. Like,
That's why close your eyes and chant. That's why I said sleep first. You remember? I said sleep first. Because if you close the eyes and chant, and if you are tired, you will sleep. Right? We will sleep, we will yawn and sleep more times when we are chanting than when we are not. Yes? That's why first take the rest and then chant. Right? That's number one. Right, Prabhu? Right. Any others? Any others? Has anybody got any? There is no harm if you haven't got. Please feel free to say, look, I'm already practicing. You know, it helps me in improving the next time whenever I do. Feedback is equally important. Please don't think, you know, here is a devotee sitting there in dhoti kurta, I have to say nice things. No, that's not the most important thing. Honest thing. Vidura says, if somebody asks a question, Dhritarashtra asks Vidura, you know, why do you answer so openly and curtly every time? Then Vidura tells Dhritarashtra, if somebody asks a question and you know the answer, but don't give the answer, that is as good as telling a lie. Right? So please don't hesitate to give the feedback. Right? Okay? Sure. Any other thoughts? Yes, sir.
Priji, in bio session I get idea. We can, until now I was spending...
If it is questions, then we'll take it later.
It's
If
not
it is
question.
observation.
Yeah.
Observation, is it? Yeah, please.
I get an idea what only, till now I was spending only 1 hour in my Krishna consciousness. Because I was spending more time on social media or all. You know, I can get an idea how can I spend 2 hours in that.
Sure. Wonderful. Any other thoughts? Sure. I mean, that's fine. I hope, I can only hope and pray to Krishna that it helps you. Right? Hare Krishna. Let's stop here. There are other things that are there. But do share the feedback form, because in particular, there are other sessions like this on stress, anger, and lifestyle that I do for individuals as well. Dudes, if you are interested, well, certainly I can connect over Skype out here and we can have the sessions, right? My only request in that was, if you can donate 500 rupees per head to the temple gets Lakshmi. I don't need a single rupee. Hare Krishna. Shriman Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, ISKCON Whitefield Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanandi. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for such a wonderful class. Let us all chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare